weakest link. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Oh yeah, 2 hour no copyright sounds mix. I'll take it. Let me do it. Alright, I gotta mute you, man. I don't wanna hear that. Okay, 1 second. Let me full screen it. Let me do this. Are we gonna look at it from your perspective? Why don't I do it in like the league client, and then after we can look at it from your perspective. I feel like that'd be a bit easier. Eat Sax 365. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Alright, Ash. So, I'm just gonna like pick out a couple things to focus on, because I'm sure there's a lot to focus on. Or there's a lot to improve on, because like everyone has a lot to improve on. But I'm just gonna go like early laning phase. There we are. Nice, nice. So you're playing in kind of a weird bot lane. So you don't really know what to do. I thought it wasn't supposed to show chat in replays. I guess it does if it's your replay or something. I don't know. Alright, early lane phase, they pushed it out insanely hard. You guys leash too long and miss XP. So, I guess just simple as don't leash too long, you're gonna miss XP. This is fine. Did you start an ability? Did you start a W? I don't mind the W start. I think that's what I told you to do in game. But I think that was bad W. Because you want a W to help the wave, like, settle. And because the wave's gonna push it anyways, there's just no point in W. You'll get mana flow, you'll get your spell thieves eventually. Like, here's where I would W. I would W the backline and this turret right here. Because Urgot's walking over it. That's not bad as well. You hit the turret, you hit him, and you get a little bit of the backline. You basically just want to stop it from shoving into your tower, but you don't want to push it out. So it's like acting as if you're auto-attacking, but you're getting spell thieves procs for it. So you're permanently going to get pushed into this lane. You took E second. I would take Q second here, just because Heimer's not going to ever be hitting this guy with an E. And you don't really need to spell shield damage with your E. And you have a lot more threat if you get Q here. What I would do is I would take Q, and I would play like right up here, keep playing out of vision, and every time he walks up CS, I would look for a Q angle. So you're playing in the right spot, just because Urgot's playing up here, you want to play parallel with Urgot, and if you walk into this bush, you're going to get poked down by Heimer. So this is the correct place to be, you're just not playing it how you should be playing it. Like, you should have Q right now, and you should be looking to chuck a bunch of Qs. If you W these turrets, if you W these two turrets and him here, just every time you use your W, you want to hit an enemy champion. And if you hit him, you're also going to make your Comet hit one of these two turrets, and you're going to kill him. And then you can move into auto-attacking because you won't have turrets up. As well as this turret wouldn't be aggroed, so you could just auto it, but that's just like a minor mechanical thing. Alright, all the turrets are dead. Move up now. I would stand like right here, or I'd walk down and stand like right here. We saw that our jungler's topside, their jungler is going to be either mirroring or in the bot side, so you're going to get ganked within 30 seconds if you're going to get ganked. Yeah. And so I would play bot side and try to either shove this out or let it push in. It looks like it's shoving out right now. Ziggs is checking abilities in the wave, so he's probably going to try to shove it out. And you can look at their wave, like right here, or your wave, or I'd walk down and stand like right here. We saw that our jungler's topside, their jungler is going to be either mirroring or in the bot side, so you're going to get ganked within 30 seconds if you're going to get ganked. Yeah. And so I would play bot side and try to either shove this out or let it push in. It looks like it's shoving out right now. Ziggs is checking abilities in the wave, so he's probably going to try to shove it out. And you can look at their wave, or your wave, to see where their wave is. I don't think you can get this out in time. So you're probably just pinging Ziggs off here saying don't push the wave, don't push the wave. Or if he's going to push it and be stubborn, then you just try your very hardest to push it. So I W like right here, so you get the tip of the cannon in it, so you can start resetting your W and just push as hard as you can. But you want to be moving up here. Because the wave is pushing, you want to be moving with the wave. The W is not bad, but it's not great at all, because you're only hitting 1 minion with it, you get like a half a second on this guy, and your goal right now is to push the wave out. Like, every second you're in lane, you have to be thinking about, what am I doing here? what you're doing is you're trying to push the lane out to reset. That's why you push out a lane. You don't push out lanes just to push them out like automatically. You have to have a goal in mind every single time you push CS. So like, for instance, when I'm mid, my goal is to deny CS and to poke her down. And so I'm denying CS and I'm trying to poke her down to get a health advantage. Your goal in pushing it out is the same thing. It's to deny CS and get a health advantage. You're gonna get ganked if you push and you don't do either of those two things. So when we're pushing it out, we want to be making sure he can't walk up to the CS. And so because you don't have Q, you can't deny CS. And because you're not Wing the minions and him, you're not really getting a health advantage. You're getting a little bit of damage on this guy, but you could just auto attack him down since you're ranged. So I want you to auto him, just keep autoing him. This guy can't do anything to you. He's got turrets and one ability. That, we won't talk about that one. That was a misclick. But once again, you're playing super safe. When this guy's got one turret up at a time, they have no real all-in pressure. Here you get 3. You gotta move up right before you get your ability. Right before you get your creep. You're playing super safe. I guess you don't have any wards out. But we need this wave to either be pushed out or pushed into us. We're kind of like letting them push it out and then pushing it back into us. That was a nice E. Although, alright. You're level 3, he's level 2, he's level 2. They're playing kind of aggro, so alright, jungle must be here. I think you guys know that we're sorry playing safe. Save your Q here. This is what I was talking about with your abilities. You can't miss them. It's better to hold them than to miss them. You know this guy's back here. I wouldn't ward something like this, but this is a bad Q. The reason we're playing safe is because we know the jungle's here, right? Either that or they're just playing unreasonably aggressive. If you miss this Q, worst case scenario, this guy flash E's you, Lilia's here, you die. If you don't throw this Q, worst case scenario, he flash E's you, you Q him, Ziggs kills him, you trade 1 for 1. This Q missing completely turns the gank around. Because as soon as you miss it, 10-second cooldown, Lilia can be walking around and you guys both die. The W isn't bad, like it's fine to just W that for poke. Just because you know he's going to be walking through there, and if he doesn't walk through there, you can auto him for poke. But the Q is really bad to throw there. So we're kind of getting zoned off CS. This wave is pretty bad, but we see Hammer plays turret. I wouldn't W the minions anymore, because now I know it's going to push out. You guys are getting ganked from behind. Don't throw a Q here, because once again, if you miss your Q, you guys die. Nice, you have your Q for Lilia, and you're fine. Well done. This guy totally insid. You guys should kill him here. Nice. That's fine. It wasn't that bad. I think maybe the E was a little bit wasted, just because Urgot wouldn't have actually hit him there. But, or maybe he would have. I don't know. Normally I would save my E if Heimer's not there, just because, worst case, Urgot bounces him back and Ziggs bounces himself back again. So this is really good for us. We're ahead. All we have to do is just not die bot lane, which I think you guys did do pretty successfully. Wave is pushing into you guys again. Urgot's roaming. This is a time when you can roam, by the way. The wave is pushing into Ziggs. Lilia just reset. You guys have no threat of being dove. So I would go for a roam here. Even if you don't get any kills or anything, you want to go for like a ward. Like I would walk up in here and just de-ward this. If the Urgot comes back, you just walk straight out with Black Shield, make sure you hit your Q. If the Urgot doesn't come back, you get a free ward, and you place another ward like right here. If you're worried about going too deep, you think Lily's going to come straight back bot, or maybe she stayed around, then I would walk up here, and I would place a ward either here or here, and get mid vision. This is another viable play, is to play super aggressive and push him off. Nice Qs. But we do want the waves to be pushing into us. So hopefully Ziggs doesn't push this. Nice. I would also play in the bushes here. Always want to play in the bushes if they don't have vision, and as soon as they get vision, then you play towards top side. But it's a lot easier to play in a bush than it is to just play in these minions, because you're not going to get a Q angle at all from these minions. Alright, once again, this W, it's not really very effective, because we want them to be pushing into us anyways, and these turrets aren't doing anything right now. If the turrets are right here, I would W the turrets, just because we don't want it to kill these last few minions. But these turrets are like the best case scenario for us. It doesn't let the minions get past here, but it doesn't push the minions under tower. So I would leave these turrets up every single time. I'm gonna skip over more of the laning phase. Okay, actually, this is just like a general knowledge thing. Alright, Mumu's going for a gank. Just check your minimap. Just look at the minimap real quick and see what's happening. You see mid lane? We're even. I'm stronger in items than her, but nothing's too much happening. We're both even in health, a little bit difference in mana. Top lane? He pinged top lane TP a while ago, so she can't TP, but our top lane doesn't have TP either. Neither top lane's gonna help. Our Mumu's here. Both their 2 bot laners are here. Both we're here. The only person who's not accounted for is Lilia. If Mumu ganks this, assume that Lilia will be here. It's a 3v3, we lose 3v3s. So we should make no plays right now. Unless we see Lilia somewhere on the map, no plays should be made. Mumu goes to the dragon, I would spam ping him off that. I actually should have spam pinged him off it. I was busy trying to kill mid, and instead Mumu gets the skill. Mid rotates, they rotate. This is gone. This guy's dead. These people are rotating from both sides. This is gone. The best play in this situation is just hard shove your lane, make them miss XP. That's what I do. I just shove as hard as I can. I think maybe we can go to this, maybe we can salvage it. No, it's just a complete waste of time. You guys walking up here will accomplish absolutely nothing. Whereas if you walk down here, shove this into their tower, not only do you make them miss CS, they miss it anyways with your freeze, but if you shove into their tower, maybe you get a plate and you also get a free reset. Instead, by walking up here, we're just kind of like randomly throwing out abilities. Nothing's really happening. You guys are still doing whatever. I shove at mid, she misses this entire wave by the way, and then I rotate. If you guys did that here, they would have missed this entire wave, and you guys would have gotten all the XP for this fight. You're level 4, he's level 4, they're level 5s. So you would have had more XP for this fight, and you would have had more gold for if you die. If you die with this wave here, you guys just lose the game. It's just completely doomed. You're so far behind if you lose that. Like, he's already behind in CS. If he loses this wave, he's gonna be down like 50 CS. And lane's gonna be unplayable. So, also Black Shield here. It's a little bit early for the Black Shield. I like the Q, but we're just gonna look like, what are our cooldowns? We have Q, we have W, we have E. E is only used on the carries. E is used for whenever a carry goes in. Q is used on a priority target. Every single fight, she has 2 plays. She has a Q and an E. E doesn't even take effort, you just place it on someone when they go in. Q, you need to hit it, and the way that you can guarantee you hit it is you either wait for someone to be CC'd, or you wait until they're in the choke point. So, here, if you throw the Q right here, they have to dodge back into the pit, and that's a win for us, because they can't do anything if they're back in the pit. You don't have Q up because you just used it on Urgot earlier, that's fine, but we're going to look for a Q play. So if someone's walking up here, and someone's chasing them, throw the Q right here, so they have to dodge back in. If someone's walking away this way, throw the Q right there, so they have to dodge back in. Always throw, so they either have to dodge back into the team, or they'll die by the Q. So you get your W down on him, that's fine. You get your Q. Always throw the Q away, so he has to dodge back in. Ziggs is not going to be doing much damage here. I'm going to be doing the most damage, so if you throw the Q down here, he's going to have to juke. He is either going to face tank the Q, or he's going to juke back into the Ziggs, or back into me, and die. And actually, this guy ends up getting out because we missed that. Oh, never mind, 6 hits him. Nice. Nice. Never mind, he doesn't get out. Luckily, this play was salvaged because I'm turbo fed. But we still could have gotten so much more out of that play. We could have gotten, especially with Ziggs, we could have gotten like a plate, maybe 2. And we could have also made the exact same play we made at the Dragon. Nothing was lost. Nothing would have been lost. In fact, what we did use was your E and your Q, so we didn't have the Q for when they were both in the pit. And we didn't have your E that whole fight, because you used the E when you guys walked in too early to the Urgot. So more lane phase stuff. Just greedy recall there. timer should really be fast pushing this, but instead he slow pushes it, you guys get the whole wave. This is fat misplay by me. I'm poking under tower here, and I really thought that this wouldn't hit me. I got stunned right there. I should have just eat it, but I didn't think I'd get stunned right there. This is fine. It's good to be here with him, just because they can probably dive 2v2. And you can't really roam if you ever have the... Like, if your ADC will ever get dove. Do you have a ward up? Does it tell me? It doesn't tell me. If you have a ward up, you should definitely ward this. Just because the wave's getting pushed into us, and we don't know if we're gonna get dove at any time. Kiana just got a kill and reset. She's got a ton of gold. She could run straight bot and dive you guys. Lilia could reset and go straight bot and dive you guys. You guys are very diveable right now. Just with all this pressure that's being created. So once again, because I don't want to get dove, I would be Wing the wave and one of them to get the reset. And I would use my E under no circumstances other than me dying. It's fine to queue for poke here, as long as you queue early before the wave comes in. So if you guys are back here and you miss your Q, just walk back. If you guys are up here and you miss your Q, it's FF. So don't walk up and chuck a Q, and if you do walk up and chuck a Q for some reason, immediately walk backwards. Alright, walk up Q, now run back, stay back here. We're just waiting for Q cooldown. Nice, nice. Okay, we can walk back up again. Nice. This is pretty decent. We have a Mumu here, but once again, we don't see Lilia on the map. Mid's even, top's even. It's at worst a 3v3, and we don't want to fight a 3v3. Everything is fine. Okay, here you should help them push this by far. Let me go back. Okay, so this wave is not going to crash, right? You just check this push for Urgot. Urgot could either be here or he could be reset / roaming. If Urgot's right here, just play up here. Doesn't really matter. He can't do anything from there. And if he's reset / roaming, you need to push that as fast as possible. Lilia just killed both of us. We just saw her. So we know that she's gonna be near mid. She might reset. She might take hamstring gank again. But she's not bot. That's what matters. This wave is not pushed in. It's gonna freeze here. If this guy's good, like, we've been playing against a lot of players who like don't really freeze or they don't manage waves. They just kind of shove them out, which it doesn't matter too much. But once you play against people who do start freezing and shoving out waves, it's gonna completely fuck you. So this wave needs to get out. You need to W the wave, and I would even Q one of his turrets. Just because you know Lilia's not here, and if Urgot is over here, all you need to do is Black Shield ult, and Urgot will die. So you need to shove this out as fast as possible. You can get the ward afterwards. But this wave is not being shoved out, and now you guys are just stuck here. Still not shoved out, still not shoved out. We're just sitting here in a super dangerous position. And now we're getting zoned off the wave. So we miss a full wave just because we can't shove it out in time, and you're clearing a ward. So you kind of inted your 6 there. He's got no mana, he needs to reset. That's fine. I think, just like Morgana specific, you could have killed him if you ult ignited, but that's just knowing your damage. I like that you're looking for a kill there. Nice. Another Morgana specific. You could have killed him there if your stopwatch is activated, I think. It's activated. You could have killed him there if you just flash ulted, he would have died to your ult damage, and then you ignited the Heimer. And then stopwatched, you would have killed the Heimer and the Urgot. But that's once again just knowing your Morgana mechanics, which isn't really what we're going over this game. Alright. This is a fine roam timing. Actually, do you know why this is okay to roam here? Like, why is it not awful that you're roaming here? Because this could be pretty bad if one thing was different. You should message me over League instead. Okay. Not because Kiana's on the map, it's because you guys just killed the Urgot. If you roam, and Urgot's here, your Ziggs dies. Every time you make a play, just look at the map and see who's where. If you're ever at a numbers disadvantage, or you're even and it's a losing even fight, don't go for it. We see Lilia, or we saw Lilia, because she came in and went out. And we killed Urgot. So this is a 1v1 bot. At worst, Aurelia TPs, but she's not going to TP anywhere and kill him right now. So yeah, if Ziggs is in a 1v1, we can just trust him. I know that doesn't work out sometimes, but it's better to just like get that ingrained in your head and deal with the times where your person can't 1v1 than it is to just like play wrong. So it's okay to roam here, only because Ziggs is here. But I wouldn't roam for too long because Urgot's respawning and we don't want anything to go wrong. So this is actually a really good roam here. I'm much stronger than them. This is just like fighting specific. Okay, how do you fight on every champion? Every champion has their things they're looking for. Lucian has more than, for instance, Morgana, but it's pretty much DPS what's in front of me and dash to dodge skill shots. So that's the only thing on my mind right now is DPS dash dodge skill shots. DPS dash dodge skill shots. You are Black Shield my carry, hit my binding. Black Shield my carry, hit my binding. As soon as someone goes onto you or way too overextended, you use your ult for peel. Your ult is one of like the most OP peel abilities in the game. As soon as someone uses their engage, you ult. They can't go invisible. They can't run away because they're slowed, and they're getting CC'd after like 1.5 seconds. So all you're looking for here is Black Shield, hit your Q. So immediately you walk in, Black Shield. Black Shield, Black Shield, Black Shield. Black Shield. Black Shield. There's the Black Shield, and we still haven't thrown our Q. We have two things for focusing, Black Shield and Q. We ended up killing her, but if we had played this here, if right here, we Black Shield at the very beginning, and then she doesn't see you in the push. And if she does see you, even if she does see you, you can still guarantee your Q hits because your ult slows. It slows by, what, 20%. She's not going to dodge when she's slowed by 20%, and it's this close. You Black Shield first, always first on your carry, and then just RQ. Instead, you don't throw the Q at all, and you miss out on a lot of damage, and more importantly, healing. Morgana heals so much from her passive, and your Q is like just 500 straight damage. Yeah, no, waiting till your second, or till your ult pops to hit your Q is just not worth it at all. Your ult takes 3 seconds to go off. Your Q roots for 3 seconds. So what I almost always do is I ult for the slow. Yeah, the stopwatch, whatever, it's just mechanical error. We're not looking at like mechanics, we're looking more at just what you want to do. So you ult first, and then you Q when they're slowed and they can't dodge it. So like if it's this close, or if they're going past a choke. So like if you're right here and she's walking this way, you throw it this way and she has to walk into me, right? Or I guess if you're right here and she's walking this way, you throw it here and she either walks away, which buys me time, or she walks into it and gets stunned. So R2 or R1, then Q, and then they're CC'd for like 4.5 seconds. Oh, nice dodge. But that happens. More laning phase stuff. It's a little bit dangerous to go for a roam here. Or for like deep vision, because you don't know where any of them are. And let's see. Alright, we're going for a play here. Look at the map. We see Ziggs. We see a Mumu. I'm in base, I can do nothing. Rengar's top lane, he has no TP. Aurelia's top lane, and we assume that she has TP. Because he hasn't pinged it out. So, who could be here? Urgot, Lilia, and Kiana. Right? Those are all the unaccounted for people. This is at worst a 4v3. At best, everyone else is gone on the map doing something. Urgot's walking here, Kiana's walking straight mid lane, Lilia's farming the camp. At best, this is like a 2v1, and Amumu's coming, and he'll be here by the time that Lilia's here. It's not going to be that, though, because he's so far out, and his team is at least in this area, and they're going to rotate by the time we rotate. We have 3 available members on the map, 1 in base who can't do anything, and then they have who knows how many available members on the map. This is never a play we should look for. So now we see Lilia's on the dragon. We know they're on the dragon. I'm in the base. We can't go for this. We give this out. We do exactly what we wanted to do last time. Is we shove this wave out as hard as we can. We get maybe a plate, and if we see them rotating down, we just leave. This is super into walk for. Actually, so first of all, just know that this fight is wrong. This should never be happening. We shouldn't be walking up while knowing that it's a 4v3, and that we should just be pushing this wave instead. But assuming that we don't care, we need to, this is soul point, something crazy like that, let's just look at the mechanics of the fight and how to play it. So, you have 2 plays. You have Q, and you have E. You need to hit the Q, and you need to E a carry. If you yourself are going to carry the fight with your ult, then that's also a play, is to E yourself. I like the W's, just keep spamming W's down, you're going to get a reset if you hit the dragon, if you hit a player. So I would place it partially on the dragon, and hope that a melee walks into it. Alright, we miss Q, we can't walk up anymore. We have to play back here, we miss Q. We're playing super far aggro here. If the Heimer just stuns us, or drops an E on us, we waste Black Shield, and now we're just completely screwed because our carries can't do anything. Alright. We hit the Q, which is nice. But the only issue is who we're queuing. So once again, 4v3, this shouldn't even be happening. We're getting TP'd on. We know Aurelia is coming. We know Aurelia is the most fed member on our team. This is just a support Urgot. I would save my Q for the Aurelia 100% of the time. We use our Q on the Urgot, and we Black Shield the tank, and both of us die. Yeah, Urgot literally just walked in behind. So, I don't know. That was just laning phase stuff. But, that's enough of that. Make sure that you know your plays and that you're saving them for when you need them. You should rejoin the lobby. You know what plays you have to make, and you're saving your abilities for when you can use them. As well as before you make any play in the game, you always just look at your map. And if someone's like, if you're fighting a 3v3 dragon and you have someone top lane, they're still on the map and they're still going to do something, right? Like, they're going to be eating plates, they're going to be eating a tower, CS, something. If someone's in base, they can't do anything. Like, when I'm in base, I can't get any CS lead, I can't get any plates, I can't get any XP advantage. I'm just a dead player at that point. So if you do go for a 4v3 on a dragon, make sure that at least someone across the map can do something. And then your goal is to stall for them rather than to make a play. So in that case, I would also check my Q a little bit early, kind of like you did. But I wouldn't be walking up as far as you did, because you kind of walked into their top side jungle. Instead, I would be kind of playing bot and looking to hit it from like the other side of the drag pit. Yeah, no, that was just a really messy game. I'll talk about it like in-game this time. Just kind of like what you want to do in each matchup. And make sure that you know what plays you have to make on what champion you want to play. Actually, oh, it's perfect. We're playing bot lane together. All right, I'll just explain to you the things I'm thinking as we're doing it. Okay. This is good. Play some good old Kaisa. This is perfect. Educational gameplay. Educational smurfing with Ash and Silver. Stream isn't updated. Alright, so I'm playing Kaisa. My plays this game are assassinate isolated target with W Hail Blades Q and ult to dodge or ult to kill. I'm not really sure who I'm playing into, so I'm not entirely sure what's gonna go out. But I basically got 3 damage plays. Thank you. I got 3 damage plays. I have Halo Blades for damage. I have passive, which just comes with Halo Blades, so we'll consider that one thing. And I have WQ. So like, if I'm in a fight, and for instance, a 1 HP Ziggs walks up to me, I'm just gonna kill him with Halo Blades. I should not be Qing, and I should not be Wing, because that's gonna overkill him, and then when I get to the next target, I won't have it up. It's like, it's kind of like the same concept as if you flash, ult, ignite a 1 HP target, only it's on a smaller scale. You don't want to be QWEing a 1 HP target. Just use one ability, and then save the next stuff to the next player. But that's more when you're playing a carry, because you need to be able to, like, slowly play it out if you want to carry the fights. Seraphine Shaco. Ugh.